Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry and Mowers and Blowers. Good morning. Crazy weather we're having here in New York, as usual. It's been like 20 degrees all of a sudden, from 70 last week to 20. Today's like 35. Still pretty cold. Woke up this morning, walked outside, and this thing was in front of my garage. And then I remembered that a few days ago, my neighbor Brian, who lives down that way, he's given me a few tips on lawnmowers and stuff that's been thrown out in the neighborhood, so he's contributed to the channel greatly. Not as much as my Frank the UPS guy or Quinn the mailman, of course, but nevertheless still hooked me up with a bunch of great tips on curb alerts. So when he asked me if I would take a look at his new Craftsman 928, I believe, right? Yeah, 928. Good snowblower, man. He told me that it surges and also it leaks gas. So I just took a quick look. The gas tank is completely empty because he says it leaks gas. I looked at the fuel line from underneath that leads in there. Looks like a good fuel line. No cracks. It looks like a decently new fuel line, you know. So I'm thinking that the carburetor is gummed up and dirty. The pilot jet, that little small hole at the end, is clogged. Probably hasn't been cleaned in a long time because he definitely doesn't know how to clean it, right? And that the needle might be getting stuck, and if it stuck open. So if it's stuck open, the gas will continuously flow into the carburetor and nothing's stopping it from flowing outwards, which means that the oil could be contaminated with gas also, but I'm not 100% sure. So I think that we should take the cover off completely and take a look at the condition of the carburetor. We'll get a better idea of it by putting it on its service position on its face, taking just a bowl off just to get an idea. But either way, if it surges, I need to get to that pilot jet, and we're gonna have to take off that heating heat shield box anyway. So we'll do that. I'll get some cardboard, put it underneath so it doesn't saturate my driveway with a ton of gas. Just a quick overview of the snowblower itself. This is a decent machine, really nice. Big meaty wheels and tires, right? Tremendous knobby tires. Made in Canada, as you can see from the model number, starts with a 31A. So this at the time is made by MTD. MTD has model numbers that start with a 31A. Kind of early on for a Craftsman, you know. You would think that it's still made by Craftsman or AYP or something like that, or Husqvarna. Looking at the serial number, I'm thinking it's an 05. If you look at the end where it says December 2nd, 2005. So it's pretty new. This is a Tecumseh 9 horsepower Snow King engine. Very nice engine. And has electric start. Coming over here to the electric start motor, usually you have a either 4-point or 3-point starter. This looks like a 3-point. The 4-point ones are a little bit more beefier, probably on the bigger horsepower ones, like 11 or higher. Very small dipstick over here. I did check the oil. Looks like a little over on the oil, but it looked good. So remember I said that there might be some water in the oil. It doesn't appear so we might be lucky. Still has the snow removal tool, or what I like to call a shovel. Plastic, not steel. 3-blade impeller with a slight scoop, almost like an Aaron's. And slightly serrated auger blades. And as you can see, the shear pins are intact. Also, if you take a look at the snowshoes, they're in decent shape. It's the long kind, which you get better use out of, better longevity out of it, instead of the probably half the width of it. Bucket looks good, hardly any rust. You're gonna have your typical curb hits there, which bend the ends, chip the paint, and it rusts from the salt. Bottom scraper bar is a little bit rusty too, but that's how it is, you know what I mean? It's a snowblower. You scrape it on the ground, paint gets chipped. Like I said, these big beefy tires look great. So everything else looks really nice. This is smooth, no issues. So let's take that bowl off and check out the condition of the carburetor. Oh, why bother, right? Let's fix it first and see if it leaks gas. And we'll take the heater box off first. 1 5/16 bolt nut screw on this side. Rotated this to face forward so you had clearance to put an impact on there. Let's see, you got another one up here. I believe that's the only two. Then you have two screws that hold the heater box to the carburetor itself, and we're gonna need some Phillips on this. So now we've got the heater box free, and then you want to remove this knob. Just pull it off. Then there's wires that connect to the kill key here, but you can kind of weasel this away from it. There you go. And look, as you can see, it's held on by this green wire. So this kind of gets in the way, but it's kind of a pain to remove, so I'm not gonna. You might break something. Actually, let me see. Yeah, you see, when you move it around, it wants to break, so. Should I just leave it like that? It's kind of hard for me to get to the bowl, though. I moved it to the side like that. Okay, now I've got a 1/2 inch ratchet to take off the 1/2 inch fuel bowl jet nut. I don't have a rag under it because there should be no gas in it. Oh, look, there's gas in it. The hell? Why is there gas in it? Shouldn't be. Should have leaked out already. But that tells you right there that if there's no gas in the gas tank, but yet there's some gas in the bowl, which means there's no leak at the gasket for the nut bowl because it's holding the fuel up to here. So I'm thinking my theory is probably correct, is that the needle is stuck open. And as you could see on the inside here, we have good gas with some, I don't know what that is, some kind of fibers or something like that. Some debris, black, I don't know. Looks like remnants of like a branch, wood branch or something like that. Strange. Or ants. It looks like ants. But relatively clean, you know. So there you go. Here's what it looks like. Black things in there. Don't know what that is. Good gasket though. We'll remove the fuel bowl, the float I mean, because it you want to check the needle. You need to get like needle nose pliers to get it. There you go. There we go. There's the pin, and there's the needle. Needle looks good and clean. Just getting some carb spray, spraying it up the hole. I hope it doesn't blow the seat and swell it up. Usually does. up the emulsion. Trying to find that hole for the emulsion. Just moving it around. Doesn't help that it's cold too. Spraying upwards all around. Woo! Freezing. Put the float back in here again. Let it dry out a little bit, especially if the carb spray got onto the seat, which it did. Takes a little time for it to swell back down again. But that seems okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to mess with that this thing right here. See the little black thing there? I want to take the black thing out and take that jet out and clean it. Ooh, look at that view, huh?
Henry, you give us such great views.
I'm taking a little plastic black cover off. If I lose it, doesn't matter. And this is a non-adjustable, you just unscrew it. Comes out. And as you can see, it's clear. But this part right there, in there, is super tiny. Spray the whole. Let's see if we spray in here whether or not it comes out the sides. I don't see anything. I don't see anything, which means it's probably blocked. So that hole is so tiny that you can't even use a twisty tie, bread bag twisty tie. It won't even fit. Sometimes it fits, but this one doesn't. And it usually doesn't, so that's why you need to get like a wired bristle brush, and the things that come out of there will fit. Ooh, it's clogged, see? Can't even get it in. Yeah, that's clogged. That's probably why it was surging. Actually, that is the reason why I was surging. There we go. Got it through now. Twist it around. I'm gonna blow some fluid in there and see if we see it coming out of the sides. Yes, my hand's white. It's because it's from that carb spray. Anyway, I'll clean this out and we'll blow some through there and see if it comes out. Okay, I think I cleaned it out. I'm gonna spray some, see if you guys see any stuff coming out of the side holes there. Jesus, so difficult. There we go. Now you see, stuff's coming out. And we use carb spray and blow some in there.
That's a lot, Henry.
Oh, shut up. You just screw that back in again, and that should fix the surging. Should. If not, usually you could use some higher octane gas. I worked on a Troy-built Storm, and no matter what I did to the carburetor, it still surged, right? And I figured it out. A bunch of subscribers told me that they're infamous for having those problems because the manual actually says to use 91 or more octane. And so we just took some Lucas Oil octane booster in there, and sure enough, man, it purred like a kitten. So with those newer Hawaii carburetors on the MTD made Cub Cadets or Yard Machines or Troy Builts, if you surge, put some good gas in there and it'll run great. Weird, huh? Anyway, so we just cleaned out this little hole that is drilled in diagonally. That's tiny, but this little needle from a bread bag twisty tie with the sheared plastic off of it works really well, so that's clean. This is a big hole and it's clean. So now I'm just going to clean this bowl here. It's not really that dirty, it just has a lot of debris in it. Don't know what it is. Oh, there goes the gasket. So there we go. As you can see here, the sides of this thing has some stuff there. And if you've got stuff there, it might leak through the gasket. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to clean the sides there a little bit with this bristle. Just so that the gasket makes a good seal. So that if there's any leaks, it should stop it. Then we're going to put all this stuff together again and put some gas in it, see if it leaks gas and if it surges, because that was the only issue. So we did have a lot of debris in there. Hopefully this fixes it. So looking at it, I was looking at the gasket when it came off. Look when you pull it. Look at all the cracks on there. See the cracks? Cracks could contribute to it leaking. I'm gonna see if I can find another gasket. That's no good. I found this old Tecumseh carburetor. It had a decent gasket on it, so I used it. Put this back here for next time in case, well, I'm not gonna use this again. But I got another gasket on there. I'll put the bowl on, put the needle on, put it all together again, see what happens. So I'm putting the bowl back on. I will tell you this. I'm a little worried about how the float sits. I want to say that the rubber seat in the carburetor, I want to say that's blown up, or maybe something's up with it. You know, that's what I'm thinking, which probably causes the leaking. But we'll see what happens. If it leaks or something like that, that'll be the issue. We'd have to change the seat, which means I'd have to remove the carburetor. What a pain that would be. Looks like we have a good seal though. When you press on the primer, you can hear it. If you don't have the bowl on it, you wouldn't be able to. So I think it's gonna be okay. So let's put some gas in it, figure it out. Oh, expensive gas. Brian, if you're watching, I know you're watching, darling. This is gonna cost you. You're gonna have to give me $4.39 for a gallon of gas, bro. At least. That's gonna be enough just for now. That's maybe not a gallon. Alright, let's see if it leaks. So far, so good. It should be trickling down, right? Full throttle. It's on choke. Prime it. It's not really priming. That's a problem. Because you can't hear any liquid. Like I said, I think there might be something's up with that bowl. The flow bank. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's priming. Let's pull it anyway. Oh, now it's priming. Now I see fluid coming out. You can hear it too. Okay, I took carb cleaner and I sprayed into the mouth over there and the holes. I forgot to spray that. So let's give it a try now. Should have some fresh stuff in there now. It ran, so maybe we should start it. A good idle. Wouldn't you guys agree? Full throttle. Well adjusted. Good speed on the idle, and then lowered the RPMs on super high throttle because it was just too high. And it doesn't surge. And most importantly, no leaks. You can see this thing came off, but as you can see, you can always stop it from that thing, you know. This is just to bypass that if you took the key out. So we'll just reconnect this on again. Looks like everything is good, really good. I love it when you can put it all the way down and it idles low, you know? Yeah, man, everything looks good to me. I'll put everything back together again. Okay. Put on the heat shield. we go. It doesn't surge anymore, and it doesn't leak anymore, and it runs great. Problem is, it's a winter time. I mean, the summertime. It's not going to be using the snowblower all winter. So I'm thinking I'm going to drain this gas back out again, because it's just going to clog up its carburetor next year, you know, unless I put stabilizer in it. But it's easy to drain the gas out of this. And then we'll run the carburetor dry so it's winterized or summerized. Just take off this hose clamp over here. There's that fuel that comes out. I'll just put my gas tank right here and just drain it. There you go. See? Okay, I think that's about it, almost. I'm gonna blow into the gas tank. That's it. There ain't no more gas in the gas tank. Hardly any at all. And then we're just going to start the engine again and run out the remainder of the gas that's in the carburetor and the fuel lines. And then this will be winterized. Okie dokie. Okay, drain the gas. Let's just get out the remaining gas that's in there in the carburetor, let it run completely dry so that this thing will have no gas in it anywhere. Therefore, it should be fine for the winter when he needs it again next winter. There we go. No more gas is left in here. Get it all out. Every little drop of it. With evaporation, it'll dry up by the time, you know, a couple of hours, it'll completely dry up, so it'll be fine. But today we that's it. Today we fixed the surging that Brian complained about, as well as fixed the bowl gasket that was all cracked up. I think that might have contributed to a gas leak if he had any. Also, the debris that was in the bowl sucks up, blocks the needle maybe from seating, right? And then gas will continuously flow through the carburetor and overflow. But looks like the seat is just fine now. Also, we cleared the pilot jet, which was clogged, so now it doesn't surge. See, so this thing runs great to me, man. Adjusted the idle as well as the RPMs on the throttle. And this thing's ready to go, man. Summarized it by draining the gas can. Brian, you don't owe me any money for the gas. Actually, you don't owe me any money at all. This was all free because he's helped me out over the years. So this is the least I can do for my neighbor, you know. So this is ready to go. Thanks a lot for joining me on today's another snowblower episode. What's up with that, huh? We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. If you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.